Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So Solana did dip a little bit as expected here. After my last videos, we showed the resistance level here at around 137 US, 137 that Solana was not able to break. It then did break below that ascending trend line. We could see that, and then we dipped as expected. However, is this already the dip, and is the dip over? I don't think so. If the dip here is over, then certainly Solana will push higher, and then there will be another dip at a later stage, a larger dip, because we can count this here already as a first impulse. I showed you that yesterday. It's a 5-wave move to the upside with probably an extended wave here. And if we get our first major ABC, the price should really come down into lower ranges, into the region here, at least to the 50% Fibonacci retracement. And you would expect here at least roughly $111 Solana. So until we are there, this was not an ABC, this was not a wave 2 of a first impulse, so not yet. But what is expected certainly here is some sort of a counter reaction, because even if this is the beginning of that correction that we've been waiting for, that ABC, so for example, let's say this is an A, this could be a wave B, but then the wave C should come down like that, at least to $111 US. If it doesn't, then the price needs to push above $137 US, or at least actually above 143, that previous high, and then we can be more certain that the price is going to push up higher, and then a correction will come a little bit later. But what we can see here certainly, so this could be the first ABC, and in this wave B, which it might be doing at the moment, we actually expect the price to go a little bit higher. This is the correction of the impulse down, and Solana is currently approaching resistance. So here, this is a decision point for Solana now at around $134, $135. It was already rejected. We can see that here, this is a resistance level. You had various times support here before, and this is now acting as resistance. And we can see that simply by adding the VPVR indicator to the chart, showing us the historical volume. And there you go. You can see why this is resistance. This is a very important level. Well, not too important, but here, of course, it can provide resistance and could mean that if we are doing here this first ABC, that this B wave will get stopped here. Absolutely possible, So let's see if that is gonna work out. This is certainly here the rejection point. But if Solana can push higher, then, and the message is very clear, then that ABC will come later, and there will be another entry point that I will use as well for Solana. So at the moment, I want to wait a little bit and see how the price is deciding, what the market is doing. If we're coming further down, that would actually be in line with expectations. Then we would have that ABC now, but it can be, because I don't know if that impulse is already over. It all looks like that because we also broke that ascending trend line, but we don't know if the impulse is already over. So it could that we could still get another leg up, because we can always get extended waves. And then we need to wait for that ABC as confirmation and the Fibonacci levels. And at the moment, we are still too high. So that dip that we had down to $126 was not low enough for a wave 2. So we would expect here lower levels into this region, as I said, $111, where you have this peak here on the VPVR as well. Very nicely, what we can see here on the VPVR, you've got 3 peaks. The first one we dropped below already, and that will provide resistance now. The next one is here around $122, $123. It's also the next support line here that I've got on the chart. And then we've got there the range around the 50% Fibonacci retracement level, where I would see an ABC correction as confirmed. So this is what I'm looking here at currently with Solana. So let's take a look. Where are we in terms of the EMA ribbon? You can see that we dropped below the EMA ribbon. We're currently fighting to get the EMA ribbon back. Seems to be struggling at the moment a little bit. So as it tried to move above the 1 hour EMA ribbon, it has also found some rejection here. So again, here probably the next 1 or 2 hours will decide how the market is going to move today, tomorrow. Just a very important decision point. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we're clearly still above the EMA ribbon. So that is a rather more bullish sign. So we have not dropped below it. It was bought up very quickly when we dropped down here to $125. And let's take a look at the daily. Will be comfortably above the daily still. Yes, so we still have a long signal on the daily. but it's always a warning sign when you're breaking an ascending trend line to the downside. On the daily, you can also see here that, further confirmation of my view that we should get a correction here is that the MACD is already losing buying momentum quite fast actually. The last time that happened, here you can see it, the price also, and it's always important to look at what the price did before. And let me hide the EMA ribbon again because it makes it a bit difficult to see. But here, that wave 4 peak that you can see here, just take a look at what the MACD did back then. When we had the peak, we were then already starting to correct down. And this is exactly what we're doing now. You've got the first light green bar, and that is when the prices started slowly to drop. But it was not until the third light green bar, so we'll need to wait maybe another day, that you see quite a significant dip. Yeah, so it happened before, and it can happen again. Yeah, always important to see how does the market react, and we always have that when you see the first light green bar, you don't typically do a lot, but then from the second or the third, you're starting to dip. So it will be very interesting to see how the next few days will work out, but I can tell you that we're here at a key decision point, and we might see here some sort of a larger dip, a larger ABC correction, that first correction, that wave 2 of the first significant move up, and that would be healthy. That correction down, I think everybody is waiting actually for another entry point. So, and equally I'm waiting as well. I did buy down here in the area. Everybody had the opportunity. We've been talking about this being the target area here in green, where the price would turn around at any time. It then broke out of that descending wedge, and now we're waiting for it to come down a little bit lower. Very important support though will be that $122 level. I mentioned that before, and that is because this is that wave 4 high here. If it can manage to hold above as well, and it does it for a moment, then it can certainly push higher, but I'm still waiting for that ABC. So if we drop temporarily below that level, that's fine in my opinion. That would just confirm that we are already in that first ABC correction. But at the moment, that is not confirmed yet. I think that really that ABC correction will be confirmed as soon as we drop below that $122. Until then, the upside potential, the imminent upside potential still is very much there. But then to the upside, you face serious resistance at $150. That is where we see the 200-day moving average. So generally the RSI is still overbought on the daily. So that's also actually another warning sign, because the market can hold an overbought RSI for a while, but typically if you zoom out, you see that we always come down then at some point here. Here back in September, August, it was going super high. That was already then on the way to new all-time highs. At the moment, we are still lower on the RSI, but also the price is lower still. I think it will be corrected down first before we see more significant upside. And also, if the RSI is too high, it will restrict the price in terms of what is possible in terms of any move to the upside. Yeah, and that is a quick update here about Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.